And Brisbane to run from left to right. The breeze is very strong, coming across the ground from a westerly direction as McCracken takes it out on the first play. Breeze fractionally favouring Parramatta in the first half. Johnston, driving tackle from Andrew G. And now back for play. 39 kilometres per hour, that breeze. So it's going to make passing quite difficult. 21 degrees in Brisbane. Jason Smith now with a rush down the blind side, ending with Lawler and also ending with Jason Smith on his back. Now Freeman using the breeze. And then Willie Kahn in the number 1 shirt comes back to be tackled 28 metres out from his line, and Kerrod Walters unloads for Langer to go across, and then Lockyer to hold it back, and now Hancock in a surge down the flank. Hancock, Spence, he's beaten Spence, he comes back into the centre. Onto Lazarus, and then Lockyer, and then a lofted pass. One of them came out of the line. Now Renouf tries to hurt them. Robbie Ross tries to carry it on, and they're 8 metres out from the Parramatta line. Played back quickly for Lockyer. He goes wide for his captain. Langer. Oh, Alfie puts it under the bar.
Well, a nice quick play the ball here from Robbie Ross after that bust. The crowd love to see this. Langer coming across field. Spence, who was just caught on the back foot. Blackett couldn't cover it up, and the little fella strolled through.
Willie Kahn from right in front, and kicking very well for a stopgap kicker. 6-0 Brisbane over Parramatta. So it's Parramatta in a game that has been full of chances for both sides. Spencer's now lost it without any help. Oh no, he said it has been. It's been raked out, he says. Manson, that is. And a penalty to Parramatta.
Spence in the tackle. Webke over the top. See his arm on the ball, the left hand, and just pulling down on it. That's why it popped out. Dave Manson's had some tough decisions, but I think he's got them all right so far today. Webke's forced that out.
Chris Lawler then. Chance to reduce that margin, and it's a good kick. High and straight between the big sticks. 6-2 Brisbane over Parramatta now. Langer having a little word to Renouf. Oh, Kahn! Willie Kahn! Now got the pass away to Mick Hancock. Hancock scores. Oh, terrible miss out there by one of the Parramatta players.
The fullback play doesn't come much better than that. Willie Kahn just coming across from the scrum. They've got numbers. In fact, it's 4 defenders with a 5th one coming. Willie Kahn stepping straight through 2 of them and offloading before Spence can clean him up. Michael Hancock likes them that easy.
There's probably no more difficult angle than the one Willie Kahn has got here. There's his kick. He tried to bring it around, but the breeze is much too strong. 10-2 now. The home side up over Parramatta. Eels have had a couple of chances, and now Johnston decides to take it straight at Kerrod Walters, but Webke catches up with him from behind. Morgan, Freeman pays outside him, but so too is Morgan, and Morgan pulled down on 5, 32 metres away from the Broncos line. Jason Smith combines with Dean Pay, and then Nathan Barnes, and now Chris Lawler. He centre kicks. There's a chance here. I think it's more than a chance. It's a try. Scored by Parramatta's Jason Smith.
They have been very dangerous down the left-hand side of the park. Smith it was coming out of dummy half, who sent it back. The long ball out wide. Comes inside the line. I thought he would have almost taken Willie Kahn on there. Kahn only a couple of metres from the line, but it's paid off. A good kick through, and Smith up the middle. Just watch this pass coming out wide. Very good selective passing. Back inside through to Lawler. The left foot kick just gets around Willie Kahn. Kahn helpless to get to that. No,
it's Chris Lawler's try. So a flurry of hands, and the referee has ruled that Chris Lawler scored the try, and then he converts. So 10 points to 8 now. Brisbane over Parramatta. 15 out right in the centre of the ground. And then, the pass back inside from Lazarus goes to ground. And Campbell is with it for Parramatta.
What a good ball from Lazarus. Pass before he looked. The ball back inside to Webke, a bit tough to take. Just passes just out front of Shane Webke. Too hard for him to take. Been plenty of turnovers from both sides today.
This is Mackenzie. Played here in Brisbane prior to coming to Parramatta. Now from Freeman. Jason. Oh, Peter Johnson! Badly needing somebody with him. Jason Smith and Dean Pay, they combine. Pay a metre out. Aaron Raper's looking for Jason Smith. Raper goes himself. He's over. Aaron Raper has been back on no more than 60 seconds. And he puts Parramatta in front.
It's around the ruck area that they're causing a lot of trouble. Brad Thorne coming up a little bit too soon. Just leaving a hole on the inside. And Andrew G's the man. He has to hold the middle of the ruck. Kieran Walters wasn't there either.
Chris Lawler scored a try earlier. Now attempts conversion. It looks beautiful. It certainly is if you're a Parramatta supporter. 14-10. The Broncos are back on their 40-metre line, but I'd put that down as a bombed opportunity. Brisbane get the penalty. Concern back down the ground for Scott Mahon. Lanson's trying to get these tacklers up and away so that the game can flow. Lazarus then. Over the top, Mackenzie underneath Raper. Raper did well to shut down Walters, then Thorne, now Lockyer, and this is Johns. They're down on the Parramatta 30-metre line. 14-10, Parramatta in front. Brad Thorne. Kerrod Walters. Alan Langer. Langer looked back on the inside. He thought he had Renouf on his inside, but Renouf had moved to the outside. The kick is a good one, and Maybon, he took it on the full. It'll be a 20-metre tap.
Considering how much this breeze is making the ball swirl around, that is a great effort from Maybon. Freeman with a quick tap, and now Maybon in it again.
Well, I doubt that all those Broncos, or some of those Broncos involved in the tackle, had got back the 10. Raper then. And through from Morgan, finding Dean Pay. And Pay, good run. Right up the centre to the halfway line. Raper using now Mackenzie. Mackenzie for Freeman. Freeman beats the tackle of the Bronco and then is pulled down. Pulled down by Robbie Ross. And here's Morgan again. Parramatta making easy meters now. They've got a good roll on. This is the last. And now Blackett puts it high. And Khan. Willie Khan coming down successfully. This is Darren Smith. Held by Mackenzie.
Here's a take from Khan just to be on the safe side, getting a jump, but Peter Johnson was never going to get in the air.
Lazarus then running straight at Gary Freeman. His run ending on the 30-metre point. Oh, and Kerrod Walters comes up with the football. He looked at the referee as if to say, whose feet is it going to be?
Well, he thought Freeman may have been offside, but Walters did elect to run. Gary Freeman had a hand on the ball somewhere. Parramatta are the team with the ball now in the feed through Gary Freeman again.
Well, it is my view that Freeman, in making the tackle, raked the ball out. And if there was to be any ruling, it should have been play on for Brisbane. Now it's Morgan. 9 metres away from the line. Raper. Blackett. Across the face of McCracken for David Woods. Infield pass for Maybon. Maybon back then for McCracken. McCracken fends away from Kerrod Walters. And his progress is interrupted 5 metres from the line. Freeman with a long pass. Jason Smith out wide, fending away from Langer, flicking it round the back for Morgan. 5 tackles gone now for Parramatta. They work on the blind side off the boot of Raper. Out on the full and the turnover.
Some good pressure from Darren Smith coming out for the Broncos from marker there, but is there a limit to the skills of Jason Smith? A beautiful flick pass earlier on. He's got a couple of defenders around him, nowhere to go. His brother there trying to stop him. He just flicks it back and says, we used to do that in the backyard, remember?
Here they go, the Broncos. Half-time is nearly with us as they go down the ground with Renouf. Renouf's got support coming. He won't need the support. Renouf scores. A great run made, though, by Chris Johns has led to the try. But the Pearl has scored a pearler.
And got them back level on the board. Long ball out from Lockyer. John's in a big hole. He's beaten the cover and just waited here for Renouf, knowing he's the quickest man on the field. And Renouf, Gary Freeman's done well to stay with him, in fact, to stop him getting it under the posts.
So Renouf has taken himself to equal leading try scorer. The conversion is there from Willie Kahn, and Brisbane take a 16-14 lead to the Shed. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
Power of the Keaters too.
It's the blood that gets me. That's what I love.
Vicky, let's go, baby. The left hook from hell. Oh. The Keater Zoo, better than ever.
Honey, we're out of ice.
Boz. I know this is a role you can fill.
I won't let you down.
He's got the tong job. That's a great mate moment. And so's this. Sportsbet's Bet with Mates now comes with chat, so you can share a bet and some banter with Sportsbet.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
This Father's Day, give Dad a Snapfish photo gift that'll show why he's a star. Like a stunning photo book from only $9.95. Give a hug on a fleece blanket from just $29.95. For gifts that'll make Father's Day fantastic, go to Snapfish today.
Business costs rising? Eliminate one bill that can save thousands. Switch to SmartPay's zero-cost FPOS. Imagine thousands in fees back in your pocket, powering your business.
No FPOS fees save us $8K.
That's $8K to shave off power bills.
Zero fees spice up our profits.
That helps cover rising costs.
We save 10 grand.
10K toward wages. Join thousands saving thousands. Switch to SmartPay zero-cost FPOS. Visit SmartPay now.
We created HCF Life Insurance to look after our members and their families, like the Aforis, with extra support like grief counselling and up to $1.5 million in payment. The only thing you won't get is a fancy welcome gift, because we spend all our money making our life insurance great. So, because you've signed up to Life Protect, you can pick anything off this table. Would you like this?
No, thanks.
Cheese knife?
The City Rewards card pays zero interest on purchases like this, or this. That's zero interest for 14 months, plus no annual fee for the first year. There's way more to a City card. The City Rewards card. Apply now.
It's gonna be big! Wednesdays are getting bigger. Oh! The Goggleheads are back for a big new season.
You sure? It just said, I just read it.
Big shows.
Oh! Don't stop!
Big laughs. And heads full of TV.
This is hands down going to be the best season yet.
New Gogglebox Australia begins Wednesday 7:30, first on Lifestyle. Join your favourite hosts as they whisk you away on an Uber luxury world tour.
Wow, this is very fancy.
New series, Luxury Escapes, the world's best holidays. August 29 on Lifestyle or watch on demand.
Welcome back now for the second half of this clash between Brisbane and Parramatta. Ooh, Glenn Lazarus with a touch of the old acrobat.
He's a bit of an athlete, isn't he? You can see why Lazarus, who's now milked a penalty from the first tackle of the second half. That's why he was shoved back to the second row with Webke coming into the front row. He's a little bit more mobile. Have a look at him here. That's great hand for a big fella. And here's the penalty now. Lazarus just trying to get up with a quick play the ball. Morgan and Smith holding him down too long.
So Brisbane, an early penalty in the second half. It very nearly was a scrum for Parramatta to have the loose head and feed. Here they are now with 6 more tackles out on their 30-metre line. And I'm just wondering what Wayne Bennett might have been saying to them at halftime, Gary.
Well, I just imagine he would like to see their forwards hit the ball up a little bit more before the ball gets thrown around. The Parramatta backs have made almost as many tackles as the forwards.
Well, Raper's in trouble again here. There's been a head clash. He collides here with the head of Malcolm of Spence. So he's having a checkered day, Aaron Raper. He's either unconscious on the ground, in the dressing rooms being resuscitated, or scoring tries.
That looked like his cheekbone there that hit the back of Spence's head. Just have a look at him reel away from it here. His left cheek, that side of his face. And he's gone again.
Well, he's going because of the blood bin more than anything else. The referee has indicated this is a blood bin on Aaron Raper.
Doesn't look like his left cheek. I think I might have got that one a bit out.
That electrician's tape so tightly bound. I tell you what, the old forehead can split open easily with that. Now, I think this breeze has picked up here. It'll be interesting to watch this kick, whether his previous one was a poor kick or whether that breeze is having its effect. A little bit of each. Lazarus. Deceptively fast, Glenn Lazarus. Now Andrew G. 25 metres away from the line. Leading by 2. Thorne in one side, out the other, and over. Big man running at smaller men at pace equals a try. 20 points to 14.
Well, it's sometimes the simple plays that get you over the line. Langer throwing a second man play in behind Peter Ryan. Thorne with the big fend on Dean Pay, I think it is. So simple, no cover, and the big fella strolls over.
Difficult kick. Sending out very wide, hoping for the wind, but it doesn't work that way. 20 points to 14. The Broncos over the Eels. Well, there's a hand in the scrum from the Eels, and they've got the ball. McCracken to the 20-metre line. It's a long time since I've used the expression, there's an arm in the scrum. But there was a big Parramatta hand down there giving it some help. Scrum won against the feed. That's on the record books now. Freeman across. Then for Blackett now Morgan. Morgan cuts out Johnston. Woods going to go for the corner. He scores! David Wood scores! 20 points to 18.
Some great finishing there from Woods. Good speed at the flank, but it's come from here. Well, Aaron Raper is just down. He's not even hanging on to his props. As you said, Ray, a hand in the scrum. Matthew Spence has been fairly quiet today, but near the Brisbane line is where he's decided to fire up a couple of times. Not a great pass out the back, but Maben's cleaned it up. Good ball out there through to Freeman. And now this long ball. that's just beaten Robbie Ross. He's come in on the men. They had 2 men over. Chris Johns just can't match it for speed with Dave Woods. Maven's the man that's cleaned it up at the back and then thrown it out wide. A nice long ball coming out there through Morgan, and Woods just too quick. Well, they're right back in it now, the Eels.
Chris Lawler today, 100%, and this time just offline. So 20 points to 18. Brisbane over Parramatta. Controversial try, though. So the Broncos with the restart. And Freeman goes back and sends McCracken back to them. McCracken carried a couple of them beyond the 20-metre line. Darren Smith was one of them. And now Johnston.
He's had a great game, Peter Johnson, carting it up. He needs more support at times, though. He gets those arms free quite often.
Here's David Woods making another break down the left of the ground. Parramatta 42 metres out from the line. Freeman pushing it on. Jason Smith inside for Spence. Spence is ridden into the ground by John Platt. Raper flicking it up for McKenzie. McKenzie met by Langer and Smith and Ryan. Now the 5th tackle has come for Parramatta. Raper comes down the blind side with Jason Smith, who kicks for Scott Mann. And oh, Willie Kahn beaten by the bounce, and Scott Mann scores an incredible try.
Well, it looked at first glance as though Kahn could have got to Jason Smith's kick on the full. Smith, the little one in behind. Willie Kahn just ambled up to it, and it's only bounced 2 metres in front of him. Straight up there. 4 Parramatta players there. Mann's the one who gets it. Desperate play, just a little short side. It's one of the best parts of Parra's game is having Jason Smith, that option on the short side. Such a smart thinking player. And Mann out-leaping Willie Kahn and diving over.
And his kick is there. Can't speak too soon with this wind the way it's blowing, but 24-20. Parramatta over Brisbane. Brad Thorne, Plath. Oh, here's a chance for Parramatta. Kicked by Brisbane, recovered by Brisbane. This is Brad Thorne. Down the centre of the park. Back and away. This is Robbie Ross now. Gets a pass on for Lockyer. Lockyer, he'll score. Lockyer scores. An amazing try.
Well, it's come from a bad pass from John Plath. I don't know how Willie Kahn came up with it. But just have a look at this ball, almost intercepted by Raper and by Morgan. Willie Kahn put the left foot to it. Lockyer should have scored here. He was just inside Willie Kahn. If he draws him there, he was over. Kahn stayed on his feet, gave it to Robbie Ross, who dummied. That little ball just onside for Lockyer. They've fallen over themselves. Couple of those Parramatta defenders, and Lockyer's got over. Brad Thorne started it with a good hit up and offload. There was that wayward Plath pass. And Kahn's just beaten Jason Smith to the ball to set it up. Should have given this short ball here to Lockyer. And Robbie Ross has come from his other wing. A good effort from him. Beats one to player. Inside to Lockyer. He strides out.
Darren Lockyer, a chance to put Brisbane in front. The kick looks okay. Brisbane are in front again. 4 leaders in the game now. 4 times it has changed over. Thorne. Plath. Hancock. Hancock feeding it back for Johnny Plath. Plath back for Lockyer. Then away for Smith. Pulled down by Barnes. Brisbane. Renoff. His second try. Steve Renoff gets another one. 12 for the season now.
Tell you what, when he contributes, Renoff, he's dynamic. Michael Hancock started it there with a good run and offload. Here's the bust, Lockyer. Sus pass there, but Smith is tackled by Barnes. Renoff out of dummy half, just too strong. He shrugs him off. That left end of his is dynamic. Mabon can't hold him out. Just watch him get out of dummy half here. Stepping out of the Freeman tackle. That left-hand fend. He uses it for impetus to get him going forward better. Just carries him over the line.
But the Broncos drives around again for the Broncos. Try scored. The second for the match by Steve Renoff.
Lockyer then from the sideline. Oh, not a bad kick. Flagged away. 30 points to 24. This is Freeman. Now Smith. Back for Johnston. Then for Smith. Out for Lawler. And the 20-metre line underneath them.
Carnell needs some support back here from his wingers.
Smith. Freeman. Now David Woods. Oh, a metre from the line. That is the turnover.
Well, didn't that hole open up? Khan eventually having to clean him up. Glenn Lazarus is there as well. Freeman dummies to kick, and that drags a lot of Broncos defenders to the left. And Woods in a big hole. Lazarus making that desperate tackle. He's had a big game.
Willie Carr. Slow as you go. That's the order. Thorne. Seconds only. Langer. No way in the world the boss is going to pass it. First thing he did is look up at the board, see what time's left. Lazarus and Smith going through the motions. Now the last. And Walker's been trapped in possession. Really didn't offer them anything. Here's the last shot of the dice. Morgan kicks in behind. It'll find the line, though. That's the worst thing. That is just what they didn't need to do. And the siren is sounding in the background, is it not? It is all over. An amazing game of football. To and fro, the leadership swung until finally Brisbane have won by 30 points to 24.